We're going to use a chair today, and you should be barefoot. If you must wear your socks, then you can keep your socks on, but you will get more out of the class if you are barefoot. Does anybody need a pad to stand on? Do you have rubber pads? If you do. So let's get started. Okay, so start in a stable stance, feet a little wider than hip width apart, and we stack our joints on top of each other, so ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles, okay? And then tuck the belly button in, big deep breath up, blow it out. Good, another big deep breath, blow it out. Ooh, all right, so this class is about balance, mostly our feet, but everything works together. So we're gonna get the whole body ready for movement. Good, go the other way. Good, back to center, look up and down. Just getting out those creaks and cracks from last night. Pops and clicks, whatever you're hearing. Totally normal. Good, back to center, look left and right. So bringing that chin over one shoulder and then the other. Good. Good, try to keep your body still so the chest and shoulders stay where they are. And the chin maybe comes a little bit further around each time. Good, back to center. Tilt one ear to the shoulder and the other. From that night I kissed our love goodbye. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Back to center. All right, let's take the shoulders, roll them back. Don't blame it on the moonlight. I don't blame it on the good times. Good. Again, you might hear some clicking and popping and creaking and cracking. That's okay. As long as it doesn't hurt. So we're looking for our pain-free range of motion here. Everyone's range of motion is going to be a little bit different, and your range of motion today might be a little bit different than it was yesterday or tomorrow. Good, but we don't know unless we try to move through it, right? So the other way. The one thing I do know is that if you don't try to move through your range of motion, it will get smaller. So the other thing we're doing here is keeping what range of motion that we do have and maybe expanding it a little bit every time. So reach up with that top arm, down with the bottom arm. Good. Go at your own pace. Way up, way down. I don't blame it on the sunshine. I don't blame it on the moonlight. On the good times, on the boogie. All right, hands on hips, big circles. This magic music grooves me, that dirty rhythm. Good, reverse. The devil's got them to me. All right, start thinking about your feet, because you know I'm going to ask you about them, right? Okay, so start thinking of some things that you're feeling with your feet, right? All right, let's reach way up. See if you can straighten your arms out overhead. You do not have shoulder issues or pains. Good. And then we'll hinge at our hips. Nice, easy forward fold to begin, and then roll it up as soon as you hit that bottom position. Reaching up again, maybe a little higher this time, maybe a little straighter this time. Hinge at the hips, come on down. Relax that head, look back between your knees. Relax your neck, roll it up. Good, reach way up. Maybe hook your thumbs. Use this pressure, right, from your hands to straighten out those elbows. Yeah, good. Breathe. Good, come on down. Let's linger a moment here, looking back between your knees. Think about nodding your head yes, shaking your head no. Relaxing that neck, relaxing the low back, and then roll it up. One more time, reach way up. Maybe hook the thumbs, maybe just pull your elbows close to each other. Yeah, hinge at the hips. Come on down, look back between your knees. This time let's sway the upper body side to side. Stay hello to your toes. Say hello to your feet. Maybe give them a little pat if you can reach them. They're going to be working hard for you today. Come back to center, roll it up. Good. Nice job. Okay, here's where the chair comes in. If you need to use your chair for balance, make sure it's right there next to you, swinging your leg back and forth. Now make sure you are not going to kick anything, right? So, body's nice and still. The only thing that's moving is that leg underneath the hip. Squeeze the rear to bring your hip back behind you, or bring your leg back behind you. Good. Now let's think about the knees, all right? Think about a pendulum swinging. A pendulum doesn't bend, right? Even when it goes back behind you. You want to keep the knee straight. Squeeze that rear. So if that means that your range of motion is a little smaller, that's what it means, right? So I see a lot of people doing this, okay? A lot of people doing this, right? So we want to try to minimize that. Keep the legs straight. Yeah. Good. Other side. Swing the leg back and forth. You may want to try this as a balance challenge, right? Good. Squeeze your rear to bring that leg back behind you. Good. Nice job. All right. Come back to your stable stance, right? Stacking the joints, feet a little wider than hip width. And then we're going to lift one leg to the side. So you're going to shift your weight to the other leg. Good. Where's my toe pointing? Forward, right? So this is forward. This is pointing out. If your foot is doing that, do that. Point it forward. Good. Almost like you're leading with the heel. Good. And then we'll go to the other side. So if you want to turn around and turn to the side, lift the leg. Good. So this should be a small motion. If your leg is getting up pretty high, you're probably turning that foot or in some other way compensating, maybe leaning to the side or something like that. So you just want a small motion, leading with your heel, and you can feel it in that hip. I think we got it. Yeah, I think we got it. Good. All right. So now, big circles with the knees. You can either stay on one side, or if you like, you can switch. One knee and then the other. Good, really getting the rotation in that hip. Nice job. All right, whose feet are feeling something? Anyone, don't be shy. You all know each other. You're feeling the floor. Okay, what's it feel like? Okay. Wrinkly, yes. Good, good. Yeah, so you're feeling that ridged texture of the floor. Yeah. I'm feeling the carpet underneath you. A little nubby, like I'm walking on a sweater. Good. All right, make sure you're even. Even out your legs. Back to your stable stance. So we're going to think about our feet as a tripod, okay? Most of us know this one. There's 1 point below your big toe ball mound, 1 point below your little toe ball mound, and 1 point in the center of your heel, okay? Equalize your weight in between all of those points, right? Good. So, who had to redistribute their weight? Okay. What were you feeling before? Like, where was your weight before you redistributed it? More in the heel. Toes, okay. Oh, so like inside, yeah. In the toes, yeah. Okay, so what does that say? We're all a little bit different. Most of us are not perfectly balanced, right? And that's okay. You want to be aware of what your feet are feeling though, right? You want to be aware if you're walking on your toes, right? What does that mean for your balance? Right now, shift your weight towards your toes, okay? So what does that mean for your balance? What's happening? Yeah, you're less balanced, right? So let's come back to, let's try the heel. All right, so shift your weight back into your heels. How does that feel? Yeah, even less balanced, right? Because we don't have as much control going backwards. We have to step backwards. Whereas if we transfer our weight to our toes, what can we do to control that motion? What's that? What can we do? What's happening when you start to lean forward? Yeah, before you step forward, your toes grip, right? Or they should. Your toes aren't gripping. If you're not noticing that, then we need to wake those up. So it's a good thing you're here. We're going to wake the toes up so that they do grip, right? Okay? So back to that stable stance. We're going to come up on our toes. So lift up the heels. Where do we feel this? In the calves? Yeah. Probably feel it through the whole foot, but the calves are the muscles that are working, right? And try to think up rather than forward. Yeah, up, lifting up, lifting your heels off the ground. Yeah. Good. Let's try lifting the toes. So transfer the weight to your heels. Lift the front of the foot off the ground. Good. The whole front of the foot. What's that? Oh, I just practice a lot. At least every Wednesday I practice. Good. So what do you notice when you do this? Not very steady. Your toes want to get back on the ground as soon as they can, right? Yeah. Good. All right, a little side to side, rolling on the outsides of the feet. Lifting the arches and then coming down. Lifting the arches, coming back down. Good. So there's a little muscle on the inside of the calf that controls this action. If you're able to do this, right? If you notice that you can lift your arches and roll onto the outsides of your feet, after a while that muscle will start burning. It'll talk to you. Does anybody feel that? Yeah. Good. And then we're going to roll onto arches. Roll in, okay? And then come back to flat-footed. Does anybody know what this is called? Does anybody wear orthotics at all? Has any problems? Why? Could your feet roll in? Do you know what it's called? No. Dave does. When we're talking specifically about like running or walking your feet, it's usually called pronation. Pronation, yeah. Supination is what we did before. Lift the arches. Pronation, arches come down, yeah, and you roll in, okay? If you have a pair of walking shoes that you wear a lot, let's put them together. So pronate, supinate, pronate, supinate. If you have a pair of shoes that you walk in a lot, look at the bottom of the sole, right? See if there's a wear pattern. If it's worn on the inside, right, that usually means that you pronate. If it's on more and more on the outside, yeah, well, unless you wear orthotics, because orthotics would even that out, yeah. What does it say? You don't walk? Okay. All right, feet back on the ground. So in our stable stance, right? And then we're going to lift the toes. So keep the balls of the feet on the ground. Just lift the tips of the toes. You got it. Good. So we're lifting them. We're putting them down. Lifting them, putting them down. Good. Didn't even notice anything about this. How does it feel? Feels good? Okay. What's happening when you do it? Notice what muscles that what you're talking about? Yeah, on the front of the calf. Yeah. So the shins are working here. They also might be stretching, okay? So if you feel a stretch in your calves when you lift your toes, in this position, probably means you need to stretch them more, okay? Because they're tight, probably. Good. Ooh, all right. And then, let's see, what should we do next? Let's do our moving a single toe at a time, okay? Everybody loves this one, right? So look down at your toes. We want to establish that mind-muscle connection. So we're going to look down at our toes and push the big toe down into the ground. Good, and then release it. Push the second toe down. Release it, good. Push the third toe down. Release, you got it. Push the fourth toe down. Release, and then push that little toe down. And release, good. So, again, push the big toe down. Release, like you're gripping the floor with the big toes. And then grip the floor with those second toes. Release, grip with the third. Release, grip with the fourth. Release, good, and then grip with the pinky toe. Release. Do that a couple more times on your own. Each toe in succession, right? Again, it can help to look at your toes. You can see if your toes are doing what your brain thinks that they're doing, right? And if they're not, you can work to correct that. Good. All right. Then we're going to do it backwards a couple times. So starting with the pinky toe, press that toe down. Release. Press the fourth toe down. Grip the floor. Release. Good. Press the third toe down. Release. Press the fourth toe down. Release. And then press the big toe down. Release. One more time on your own. Pinky toe to the big toe. All right, now I'm gonna blow your mind, okay, ready? So, with the right foot, you wanna push down the pinky toe. With the left foot, you're gonna push down the big toe. Yeah, so we're going pinky toe to big toe on the right. We're going big toe to pinky toe on the left. Yeah? Satisfaction came in a chain reaction. You hear? Yeah, so we're going, okay, so if you notice, we're going from right to left with both feet, right, with the toes. So let's try that one more time, and yeah, try it one more time. So go from the rightmost toe on both feet to the leftmost toe. Wiggle it out, and then we're gonna go the other way. So start with your left foot, the pinky toe, and with your right foot, the big toe, and then move to the right. Yes, you're absolutely right. So they talk about hand-eye coordination. This is like toe-eye coordination, right? All right, wiggle your toes out. And we're gonna do some more motion and stretching. So give me a kickstand with one of your feet, heel up off the ground, and then make a big circle in the air with that heel. Super. Big circle in the air with the heel. Good. Notice if you're able to do this with the motion of your ankle, right? Or if you're trying to move your whole hip, right? Or your knee or the rest of your body. And go the other way. Rotate that ankle the other way, good. Nice job. And then we'll come to the other side, kickstand that other foot, draw a circle in the air with the heel. And reverse.
Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by.
Good, super job. So those feet should be starting to wake up now.
Just like birds of a feather.
Oh, they're awake? Okay, good.
I won't tell no lie.
Okay, so again, wiggle them out, shake them out.
Around us they say,
come back to that
can
stable
they be that
stance.
close?
Okay, and then
Just let me state
we're gonna we're gonna exercise
We're
that
giving
toe
love
joint.
in a family
So starting with
We are family.
just putting the feet on the toes on the ground, lifting the heel, and then maybe moving the foot back behind you to get more of an angle there. Okay. So do you understand what I'm saying? So if I start here, and then if I move back, I can get even a greater angle there in the toe joint. If you're just moving your foot back like this, you're not really stretching that toe joint. You want that heel to be up and the joint to be kind of stretching backwards.
To get our share of this world's delight.
And then maybe you can move your foot a little bit side to side to get more of a stretch in the big toe ball mound or in the little toe ball
We don't
mound.
get depressed. Here's what we call.
That's after you found that position where you feel the stretch.
Have faith in you.
Good, and then we'll go to the other side. So
You won't go wrong.
bring those toes
This
down.
is our family jewel.
Kind of push into the floor, lift the heel so you've got a big angle in that joint. Good. And then maybe move it backwards if you need more of a stretch. Maybe moving side to side. Again, find that position first, right? If you feel like you're just smashing your toes into the ground, you probably haven't got it, right? You probably, there might be some limitation, right? So what we can do in that case is manipulate your feet with your hands. So pulling the toes back. So see how I can get that same angle, that same stretch with my hands. Right, so you want to stretch the toes back. Yeah, so other way. Yeah, other way. So rather than, yeah, there you go. We'll do that one too. Good. And then, you're just ahead of us. So then we're going to stretch the opposite way. So we're going to stretch the top of the foot, the top of the toes, putting your toes, your toenail side of your feet down on the ground, and then gently pushing down into the ground. Now, again, if you just feel like you're smashing your toes into the ground and you're not getting this, this extension in the top of your foot, use your hands, right? Point the toe down and then curl the toes down with your hands. You should feel a stretch in the top of your foot, in the top of your toes, and maybe even up into your shin. Good. Make sure you get both sides to really stretch the top of the foot. If you get a cramp, stretch your foot back the other way. All right. So the reason we do this, one reason we do this is to wake our feet up, right? So they receive more sensation, or we're more aware of the sensation that we're receiving from them, so that they can better respond to the forces put on them, which means like our bodies and the floor, and can help us to balance better. So let's stand up, test some of these principles out. So there's a couple different types of balance. One type of balance is static balance. We'll practice that first. So a lot of you did this with our single leg balance. If you need to hold on to your chair, please come either beside or behind your chair so that you can hold on to it, because we are going to be balancing. Yeah, so Earl, come to the back of your chair, because that's higher and you'll be able to hold on to it better. Good. So static balance. This is all it is, right? Balancing. You can actually practice static balance on 2 feet, right? But most of us have that pretty well down. So a little more of a challenge is the static balance on 1 foot. Now, does everybody feel their foot working? Feel your foot moving? Yes. Good. That's what we want. It's doing its job. Good. If your foot is not doing its job, so I don't know, if you feel the sensations coming from your foot and you feel your foot going like this, right? Does anybody feel that? Yeah. So that's what my foot is doing. If my foot wasn't moving like that, if it wasn't responding to the balance, yeah, I'd either be on the floor or I'd be doing this, okay? Because the rest of my body would have to absorb it. So thank your feet, right, for holding yourself up. Let's try it on the other foot just to balance out. Yeah, so see if you notice the difference between feet, between sides. Most people do. It could be for a number of different reasons. All right, so come back to your stable stance. Stack your joints on top of each other. Belly button in. Good. Drop the tailbone towards the ground. So, first type of balance we are talking about is static. What do we think the second type is?
Every sight and every sound.
Dynamic. Yeah, dynamic balance. Okay. So usually, unless you're doing what I've told you to do and you're practicing standing on one leg while you're brushing your teeth, usually balance isn't static, right? You don't usually have to stand on 1 foot during the course of the day. What are we doing? We're moving, right? We're moving. Who's ever fallen because they've lost their balance? Yes. What were you doing?
In the thunder of the sea.
Climbing, that's a good story, right? If you were to fall, that would be the story that I would want, right? So that's good. Tell her what you were doing.
And it's there when you call out my name.
She was climbing the rock of Gibraltar. So, who else wants to sit? You were walking the dog on Friday.
Love is in the air.
Oh. I'm glad you're okay. Yeah. But you did a really good job of illustrating my point, right? You were moving at the time. You were moving, and then you had a force acting on you that was making you move, okay? So we want to get good at this dynamic balance, not just the static while we're brushing our teeth, right? So here's one way we can do that. One example. So I want you to have your feet apart as if you're taking a step, right? So step length, whatever your gait is. Go forward. Yeah, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So we're going to shift our weight onto the back leg. Okay, so my weight's on my back leg, and then we're going to shift onto that front leg and lift the leg. Balance here. Yeah, and then shift onto your back leg, shift to your front, balance here. Good. Back leg, front leg, balance. Back leg, front leg, balance. And then we're going to try with the other foot in front. Shift onto your back leg, front leg, balance. Back leg, front leg, balance. Good.
Love is in the air.
Back leg, good. Front leg.
Love is in the air.
Nice job. All right. So then we're going to have our feet wide apart. We're going to practice a little side to side, a little lateral balance. So we're going to do the same thing. So shift your weight onto one side, shift your weight onto the other side and balance. Yeah. And then transfer to the other side, lift the opposite leg up. Good. Tai Chi, yeah?
That's what I was doing when I fell.
So you went to the side. We should have done this one last week then. couple months ago, yeah. I'm sorry, Earl, I failed you. Good, all right. Let's take a little rest. Okay, so, does anybody recognize those movements that we were just doing? Marilyn did. I said, does anybody recognize those movements that we were just doing? She said that was exactly what happened. Moving side to side. So when we're doing like the first one, right, every time you take a step, balance, balance, right? It's just for a moment, but we're using dynamic balance all the time while we step, okay? The other common example is if you are walking upstairs, right? So, yeah. Can you pull out a step for me? Yeah. So, you can practice dynamic balance on a step as well. So we'll have some sure-footed people to try that one. And anytime you want to, you can come in and practice in a safe environment in here. Thank you. Okay, so dynamic balance. Okay, so holding your knee up. You could also do side to side. Right? Up and down. Really? Okay, so who wants to try? Do a little demonstration. I know you're dying to do it. So just step up, lift your knee. Yeah. Good. And come down, and then come up on the other side. Lift the foot. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Anybody else want to try? Okay. So let's practice again, just on the floor. So shifting your weight forward, lift up. This time we're going to shift our weight to the back foot, lift the front foot. Oh, yeah, a little tougher, right? So shift your weight to the front foot, lift, to the back foot, lift, right? If you want that chair, stand next to it, right? If you want to be able to hold on to it the whole time. So front foot lift, back foot lift. Good. All right, when else do we use dynamic balance? Who puts dishes away? Yes, those cabinets are pretty high, right? Right, sometimes you're, yeah. I'm sure that's exactly how you do it, right? So, and that involves like holding something maybe made of glass over your head, right, while you're doing it. So we have plenty of chances to practice this in real life. What's that? Your toes are working good. Yeah. Yeah, your whole foot will be working with this one. Good. If you didn't already, switch legs. Practicing it on the other side. Good. So we can also add a reach, right? Yep, adding a reach. Put the glasses away. Other side, maybe, add the reach. Reaching for something in your closet. So, if you want to get a little fancier with this, like if you want to practice at home maybe, you could always take your step back, do a little lunge, so bend your knees, yeah, and then come up, okay? So step back, bend your knees, and then come up. Yeah, you bend both knees, yeah. Good. Step back. Making your legs stronger. Yes. So that's another thing. So if anybody wants to come in and practice this again in a safe environment. I've done this with many of you on the TRX, those straps. Yeah, so you hold on to the straps and that can help steady you, right? Let's go to the other side. Step back. And lift. Good. Step back. And lift. Chair's getting away from you. Good. And I'm tricking you into doing lunges here. So double bonus. Woo. All right. Okay, nice job. So what I want you to do is throughout the week, think about when you're using dynamic balance, right? And how important it is, okay? So let's just take a moment and stand in our stable stance. Tuck the belly button in. Stack the joints over each other. So how do you feel? How do your feet feel in comparison to the first time we did this? More alive, yeah. I mean, I'm more aware of them, certainly. Yeah. So they're what? More balanced, good, so you're more aware of that tripod. Yeah, anyone else? Any observations? Warmer? Yeah. So you think if you took 5 minutes in the morning when you get up and just did some scales with your toes and maybe some coming up onto your toes, some calf raises, right? Some rotations. You think maybe that would help your balance during the day? Yeah, think about it, okay? All right, so let's take a big deep breath out. We're gonna blow it out. Do your forward fold here. Give your feet a little pat, maybe a little air kiss, right? Say thank you for doing what you do every day for me, and I will not neglect you anymore, right? Roll it on up. Woo. Give yourself a big round of applause. Thank you. Super job.
Take a chance on me. I'm gonna do my very best and ain't no lie. If you put me to the
So we have.
take a chance on me.
Sorry, we have a full concert this afternoon, so I think that we've got more than 50 people signed up. No? Never mind. Okay, so then. Oh, Daniel put all the tables away. Okay. I guess we can just leave things as they are then, because he'll have to come back and put the tables away.